Suhana, I find a very intelligent girl. Agastya, in school we used to sing bhajans and all in, Hi, I'm Dot and you're watching me on Movie Talkies. I'm not really trying to get popular. I'm just trying to do the work, If it happens that people are enjoying the work and that they're enjoying me in the film or whether they like my music, that's just part and parcel of working and creating. I write music for myself and I do projects, now I'll start doing film projects for myself. I'm not doing it to please anybody. My parents listened to a lot of, in school we used to sing bhajans and all in, that was probably the first, it always starts like that. And then I used to sing Hannah Montana and Demi Lovato and Disney songs and all. But at home there was a lot of jazz music. So Ella Fitzgerald, Peggy Lee, Louis Armstrong, these kind of greats, jazz greats. So I listened to them a lot just around the house, My mom would play, my dad would play rock music. And then that funneled me into piano classes when I was young, and the typical tuition classes that you do. I did Hindustani classical. I played bansuri also actually for a while, but then I got really drawn to jazz. I think it became my passion, and then I studied it in college. So I went to North Wales in Bangor University and I studied music there. So that was where I started to write in earnest. I started to write music. Well, my family are pretty much all artists, so I never had that thing where they were holding me back in any way. They wanted me to pursue whatever I wanted, which is very lucky. I am aware of that. I think honestly, they're just a support system, Anytime you're going through something, they're there for me. No matter what I need, they're always there for me. So other than that, what can your family do, Suhana, I find a very intelligent girl. She's actually a great writer, and she's very witty and very easy to get along with. Khushi, also a very empathetic person. Agastya is a big puppy dog. He's so welcoming, and he's so generous. He's also one of the most dedicated and hardworking people I've seen. He really tries hard to be a perfectionist. He's naughty also, of course, but like in a fun way, He didn't cause any problems. He's just mazakia. My grandmother's a trained Hindustani classical singer. I guess it's in my blood because it's, she never made a career out of it, but she's a beautiful singer, and I hear her when they do satsangs, she's always singing. So I have a lot of respect for that, and also Kishore Kumar, all the old Bollywood, R.D. Burman, these are beautiful. They also tied to jazz, by the way, very much steeped in jazz. So definitely jazz is the root, but now it's come to a point where I listen to everything. I listen to all kinds of music and I appreciate all kinds of music. And with Hindustani, I think, or Carnatic classical, it takes a lot to develop your ear to really understand and appreciate that. And I think maybe I haven't developed that ear quite as yet because I know my grandmother has it. So I have a lot to learn in that regard, but very much respected. I think to begin with, it was definitely Ella Fitzgerald and Peggy Lee, for sure. I can't help it. It became a part of my blood, But now the influences, they come from everywhere. They come from every corner of music. Yeah, I'm releasing an album called Practice Rooms. It's coming out on the 20th of this month of December. And it's basically, I've not done too much to it. It's the old songs I used to write when I was in 2017 when I was in college. And those are the songs that Zoya loved. And I thought, I've never put them on Spotify or Apple or whatever because I had a kind of a push and pull emotional thing about it because they are old songs and as an artist you always want to go forward. But people love those songs and I felt that this was the time to honor those people, because they've been listening to me for so long and I think they've been asking for me to put it on Spotify and all that. So I compiled an album of 10 songs from the YouTube. It's called Practice Rooms after the practice rooms where I used to go and record them and write them. I've not done much to them. I've not really edited them. I've not re-recorded them. They're raw. There are mistakes. There are off notes. It's because, you know, I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a musician in terms of a very technical musician. I'm a songwriter. I'm a writer. So I'm coming from that place, and people appreciate the writing. So even though it's a little scary to put something out like that, I just thought I don't want to mess with it, because, you know, the minute you step in to re-record these things, it loses its charm and it loses that honesty and rawness that was there, and I think that's what people connected with. So I'm just uploading it as it is. And of course now after that there's a bunch of new things coming out. Yeah, I have a backlog of like 150 songs, so they all have to come out, you know. Yeah, so it takes time to make a good thing, and it also takes a lot of different people working on it, you know. So now I'm working with some producers and different musicians. It's not just me with the piano now. So just thinking about how to push that in terms of production and all those things, I have to little bit up my game for the next releases that are coming out. So hopefully that does well. People are always going to write, no matter what. Everybody, humans are made to create. That's what I think. And it doesn't matter what medium it is. We want to create stuff. We want to create an impact. We want our voices to be heard. Whatever that form might be. Now that might be through your office job even, you know. It's not about that. It's not about whether it's Spotify or whether it's this. Yes, I'm not the perfect person to comment on how music has transitioned over time, because I've only known it the way I've known it. I don't claim to be an expert about how it goes. But I will say that I do feel that there are good things and bad things about one era over another. I think now we have a lot more, anybody can write and put something up, you know. You don't have to go through, because you don't have to make 1,000 CDs or whatever, a million CDs. It's easier to in that way upload, so you have a lot more choice and a lot more diversity. But on the other hand, you know, the kind of revenue you might get might be different. So there's, as Betty says in the film, there's everybody gets good and bad in their lunchbox. It's sort of like that, is that I don't prefer one over the other. I'm in this era and I'm working in this way with Spotify and with all these things, and they have things that I can use to my advantage, so I do that to the best of my ability. I'm very curious about acting. I don't know how I fit into this world yet, because it's very new. I have no grand ideas of what it might be, but I'm learning. Okay, and with music, it's my first love, so it'll always be part of my life. Whether it's for 10 people or 10,000 people or 10 million people, I'm always going to write. So yeah, I'm going to try both and we'll see how it goes.